Today's guest has made a radical transformation from a rock god in the waiting to a heartfelt Americana blues man. He's faced some personal demons and he eloquently speaks about this journey in his brand new EP, High Rise Skyline. We love the EP. You're about to hear some of his music. It's great. Please welcome James Van Cooper.
Hello. I'll clap for me. That's cool. I'll do it. I'm not scared of that.
So please tell me all about this kind of radical change.
Radical change?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So before I was doing this, I was in a long-haired rock and roll band. Thus I have I got my hair.
You kept the hair?
I kept the hair.
Yeah.
But I got rid of the
hair.
low-button shirts recently.
Okay.
But they were still hanging around. But yeah, so I was in this long-haired rock and roll band where we sang about tattoos and other fun stuff.
What was the name of this rock and roll band?
It was called Van Cooper because if you put it together, that's my last name. And you can't kick me out of a band that's because I know my personality. So it's like, I was like, you can't get rid of me if it's called my name.
What was the moment? Was there one moment that made you want to kind of change musically and direction-wise, or was it like a progressive thing?
Yeah, what happened was that I made some personal life changes and I got my act together and stopped living the life that I grew up and I stopped living the life I was living, and I realised that what I was doing wasn't where my heart was. And at that same sort of period, a friend of ours, Travis,
Hey
Trav. He put me on to a guy named Jason Isbell, and
I love Jason Isbell.
Yeah.
How great is his music?
Ridiculous. Yeah. So I heard his record Southeast and that first song on that album, Cover Me Up, and I heard that song and what he spoke about getting his life together and getting clean and living a new way of life. And I heard that and I realised quickly that that's what I had to do, that my heart was no longer in bending backwards on stage. It was more about, doing this sort of stuff and being a songwriter first, not being a character.
That's really cool.
Thanks.
Yeah, awesome. And so when you're putting your songwriting first, I've always loved, lyrics are the thing that I love first, and I notice very much in your EP it's very lyrically driven, which is awesome. And so how was that changing to that kind of direction, or were lyrics always something?
Lyrics were always something that I thought were important to me, but until this record, I don't think that I fully comprehended what I thought that meant. I think that I used to write tunes, and I think that this record was the first time I wrote songs.
Wow.
And I think that I had a lot of material to work on from my personal life, changing worlds and moving away from, my crazy lifestyle of all that excess. And once I got out of that world, I had to deal with me. I had to deal with James.
Yeah.
And I had to figure out how it's okay to be James and not be someone else. And so once I got that, I had something to say finally, I think. And so I think that this record is about, and this EP is about, trying to figure out who James was.
And so with that new transformation also came a new kind of...
A new look.
A new look as well, which is banging.
Banging.
Yeah, love it.
It's exhausting. No, I wear this all the time.
Now you know how we feel.
Yeah, exactly. It turns out you can't really wear leather pants at Tamworth, because it's very warm up there.
I've tried.
You've tried?
Yes, and then it's
Any tips?
No, well, talcum powder.
Talcum powder. This has been Tips 101 for Tamworth. Jasmine Rae and James Van Cooper. If you're going to wear the pants, take a lot of that stuff.
I never thought I'd share that with people. But anyway,
thank you for
it's just that you're so welcome. But yeah, I really like this kind of just works. It's like a grown-up kind of you. So the first single is called Remedy.
Yes, it is.
Which you may share with us today if we're good.
If we're good.
Yeah.
If I'm good, I'll do it.
You're already good. If we're good, we get to listen to it. So what is the message behind that song? Is there a message?
For me, that song came up as every good country song does, through a relationship. I think that's our job, right? To write about all the sad relationships that we have. And that song came up in the fact of the life that I live. You know, I tour a lot of the year, all around the place, and it's very hard to have real relationships, and I'm often leaving significant others at home, and it was me trying to come to terms with the pattern of my life and trying to figure out, you know, my part in that and not wanting to hurt someone. Hey, this is James Van Cooper at Live on the Lot. You're watching Skippy TV. This song's called Remedy. Leaving in the morning before I hurt you too. I've seen the signs and warnings, but I've never had to choose. I wouldn't say I'm happy, it's just the life that I live. So I leave before I use you, leave before you start to give. When you see me smiling, it's 'cause I know you're free. Free from all my lying, free from loving me. It's not a cure, it's just a remedy. Be gone before the sunrise kisses you awake. I've been memorizing your eyes and the way you made me shake. That's right. When you see me smiling, it's 'cause I know you're free. Free from all my lying, free from loving me. It's not a cure, it's just a remedy. But if the time was right, I'd be holding you tonight. But I'm stuck out here, waiting on a sleepless night, with what I've left behind. If you would still have me, after all you heard me say, it's probably not that easy, because I'm bound to go away. When you see me smiling, it's 'cause I know you're free. Free from all my lying, free from loving me. It's not a cure, it's just a remedy. You're not my cure, you'll be my remedy. Won't you, baby? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
There's also some other really cool stuff around this record. You've gotten together with the Are You OK?
Yeah.
So I love those guys.
They're
Can
really
you
cool.
tell us a little, like, so what do they actually do?
Are You OK is an anti-suicide initiative that promotes conversation as a to bring awareness.
Yeah.
For me, my life changed with one conversation saying that if you keep living this way, you are going to die. It was the first
Wow.
time that someone called me on my business and said, listen,
Yeah.
the way you're living at 18, you're not going to find 23.
Wow.
And it was the first time that I'd been sort of put face to face with a mirror, really, of who I was. And then I realised how much trouble I was in, you know. I couldn't stop living the way I was living. I couldn't stop, you know, using other remedies to, you know, to make myself feel good and feel a void inside. And I think that, you know, I've lived a life where I left school at 16 years old to go join a band and tour around, and I was the person at these schools and at these events who wasn't okay and could have used these tools. I believe in this program so much because I truly believe that the only way we can make real change is through having these life-changing conversations across the
Yeah.
board, not just in suicide, not just in depression, anxiety, all these things. Across the board, if enough people come together in unity, in community, we can make real change.
So that's just awesome.
Thank
Well
you.
done you on like just finding James.
Thank you, Jasmine Rae. I've been lucky because you know, my life burnt down and I was left with, you know, my fans stopped showing up. I got
Wow.
bloated. I stopped
Yeah.
writing songs.
Yeah.
It's a full-time job living that way, and
Yes.
lots of stuff sort of took a back seat. And I think
Yeah.
that I've been able to make such a change because I had sort of nowhere else to turn. I had to make something else because the old life and the old machinery of my life just didn't work anymore.
Yeah.
So
That is
I'm lucky.
super inspiring.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for joining us
Thanks
here
for having
today,
me here.
live on The Lot.